Hey yogis, and welcome to your practice. Let's start seated today. We'll come right into the breath and then I'll share just an idea that we can move through the practice with. Arrive to yourself in the way that you do. Slowing the breath. Let's continue our breathing, and in order to do that, imagine widening the back of your throat, widening through the sinuses, just allowing for this breathy, big flow of slow air. I'm going to take us through a breath count. It'll be 6 in, 8 out for 2. Then it'll jump to 8 and 10 to 12. And then you'll have some time on your own to explore. So let's get empty first. Breathing into 6. Go ahead. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out to 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, into 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out to 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, into 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, out to 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, into 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, out to 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, into 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, out to 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, into 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, out to 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Continue your breathing. We'll maintain this deep, conscious breath, but we'll pull prayer hands into the chest and lift the heart. You can bow your head if you like. And I'll share just a teaching from the yogic practices. And that is that according to yoga, something to think about, consciousness is primary. In other words, consciousness is the stuff of the universe. And in this manner of thinking, and I'll never tell you what to think, but this is what yoga says, in this manner of thinking, consciousness continues beyond this earthly life. So let that absorb, take it in as you will. Consider how your concept of consciousness shapes the way you move in the world. Take a few moments. Let us chant an Om. Breathing in. Lifting the head. You might recross the legs the other way. We're going to stretch the neck a little bit before we get moving. So let's tip the head over to one side. Keep the shoulders really heavy. And if they crawl up on you, you can actually just place a hand on them and send them down. Let's breathe. Tilt the head slightly backward. Back even farther. Really full, long breathing. And back at neutral. Head over to the other side. Shoulders heavy, even help them down. Tilt the head slightly back. And even farther back. On up to center. Find a twist to your left. And a twist to the right. And back at center. Just roll out the wrists, both directions. All right, and then move into all fours. You can wag the tail a little bit. Send the hips to the left, look over your left shoulder, C shape with the spine. And send the hips to the right. Look over the right shoulder, C shape again. Back at neutral. Let's find an arch shape. Try to bend from mid-back. Roll the sits bones high as you look up. Empty out. Again, arching cow. Exhale, empty out. Last time, arching. Exhale, really tuck the tail, round out to empty. Come on into neutral, hug the belly up, and let's move right into downward facing dog. A lot of weight on fingertips today. Bend into each knee. Both heels down. Sweep the right leg up high. Place this foot outside your right hand. Take a second, rock just a few times. And walk over to the left, parallel through feet, and we'll wave the spine left and right. Good. Point the left toes out just slightly, bend into that knee, go as low as feels good. And then back around to face the front, stepping into downward facing dog. Sweep the left leg high. Place this foot outside left hand. Rock just a few times. Walk over to the right, parallel through feet, and wave your spine left and right. Point the right toes out just slightly. Bend that knee. Go as deep as feels good. And then pivot around to face the front again, stepping into downward facing dog now. Wave this forward plank. Right hand touches left shoulder, left hand touches right shoulder. Do that 2 more times. Inhale at the top, heart goes forward, lower all the way to belly. Lift into a cobra. Dip low, come onto knees, take a child's pose, reaching. Walk the hands to one side. And the other. Facing forward, back to downward facing dog. And walk or leap the feet halfway up the mat. Point the sits bones up. We'll get this like a preliminary forward fold. Looking forward, finish your way, getting to the top, lengthen the back. Fold over legs. Lead with your heart as you stand up tall, taking neutral spine. Let's do a half salute, reaching all the way up, full body extension, diving down. Flat back. Fold again. Rise tall. Palms touch above. Neutral spine. Let's keep it going now. Reaching up. Diving down. Flatten back. Step the left foot back. Rock a couple times. Walk to the left. Parallel the feet. Wave the spine. Left and right. Point the left toes out. Bend into left knee. Skandasana here. You're going to come up through warrior two to circle down. Step to plank pose. Lower chaturanga or the ground. Up dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Find the breath. On toes, bend your knees, you'll step or float to the top. Lengthen. Fold. Rise. Tadasana. Come right back in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, flat. Exhale, step the right foot to the back. Rock a couple times. Walk over to the right, parallel through feet. Wave your spine left and right. So fluid. Point the right toes out. Bend that knee. Skandasana. Powerful legs to stand up through warrior two facing front. Circling down. Step to plank pose. Lower chaturanga. Into heart opening. Downward dog. If you like to, you could play with some spinal undulation. Rolling the pelvis. Crawling that curvature up to the middle and upper back. Play. On toes, bend the knees, you'll step or leap to the top. Lengthen. Fold all the way. Rise. Tadasana. Hands to the hips. We'll step feet hips distance apart. Draw the elbows back, lift chest. Fold all the way down. Let's get into a proper forward fold this time. So you could take elbows or wrap your arms around. Just giving you time to lengthen through these legs before we continue. Come on up to flat. Step the left foot back. Rock a couple times. Walk yourself to the left. Every movement is intentional. Wave yourself left and right. Every toe, every finger placed just so. Take your visit with Skandasana. On up to warrior two. We're going to stay this time. Really reach the legs out. Straightening right leg, stay broad as you create triangle. Maybe never putting weight down on that bottom hand. Connect to abdomen, stay long and breathe. Get empty. Stand all the way up. Join palms and pivot. Right toes way in. Left toes point to the back. Square the hips to face the back. And then you'll shift forward or bend down, but place the right hand on top of the foot or outside the foot. Could even be on a block. Get the spine long. Make revolved triangle. Left arm reaches high. Gaze up. Let's breathe. Get empty. Inhale, stand up, big arms. You'll pivot all the way to face the front. Send your hands down and take a flow. If you're called to, it could be three-legged, that right leg floating. We'll meet in downward dog. Connect. On toes, bend knees, step or leap to the top. Lengthen. Fold. Rise up. Tadasana. Hands to the hips. Step your feet hips distance again. Another forward fold. Elbows back, heart lifts. This time let's fold and step on our hands. Or you can wrap your arms around your legs. Whatever's going to get you in to a good fold. We'll stretch these legs. Stay long in the back as you fold. Come on up to flat. Step your right foot back. Rock a couple times. Getting deeper and deeper into our legs. Hands over to the right. As before, you'll wave your spine left and right. So much intention. Take your visit with Skandasana. Powerful legs take you up to Warrior Two, and you'll arrive and refine it. Reach the legs away from each other. Straighten your left leg, stay open, find Trikonasana. You might never have to press weight down in that bottom hand, stay strong in the belly to do that. Long back as you look up. The downward forces give life to the upward forces. Emptying all the way. Inhale, stand up tall. Palms touch. Big pivot all the way around to face the back. Make sure the hips are squaring toward the back. Stay long. As you fold down, we're creating revolved triangle. So left hand to top of the foot, outside the foot, onto a block. Long spine. Right arm up. Let's breathe. Once again, get empty. Big open arms, stand you all the way up, pivoting to face the front. Frame your foot. Take your flow, might even be 3 legs, that left leg floating. Meeting at downward dog with the option to set your knees down. Keep reaching your arms forward for our puppy. Maybe you'll even grip the mat in front of you. Come on up, return to downward facing dog. On toes, bend knees, step or leap to the top. Lengthen, fold. Rise. Tadasana. Okay. We're about to get through one last standing flow, adding some twists now before we turn the page. Next inhalation, reach upward. And fold down. Inhale flat. Exhale, step the left foot back, every movement intentional, rocking. Hands to the left. Find that fluid motion in your spine. Take the Skandasana. Come right up into Warrior Two. This time tip back for peaceful. Straighten the right leg. All you're going to do is touch down to the depth of your triangle as you exhale. Inhale, come right back up. Touch palms. Pivot as we did before. Right toes way in, left toes point to the back. Square the hips. Fold into revolved triangle. Look past the left toes so you could create a revolved half moon of this, hovering that back leg. If you want to, you could even grab hold of the foot, kicking up as the heart twists gently left. Let's find our breath. Take a big, slow step back, long in the lunge this time. Right hand stays down low and you can reach the left arm up. So this is enough of a twist, but if you'd like more, go deeper. Hook the elbow beyond that left thigh. Feel free to play with the arms. And breathe. Okay, big, strong arms and legs get you all the way up to pivot around, frame this foot, and as before, right leg can slide high. You might even create a vinyasa, or take a pincha as your vinyasa. Meet a downward dog. Let the hips float over to the right. And then over to the left. And then back at center. Join feet and make your way to the top. Lengthen and fold. Look forward. Let's get right in there. Left foot steps back, or right foot actually, steps all the way back. Rock with it. Walk hands to the right. Make your spinal waving. Find Skandasana. Come on up, make warrior two. Tip back for peaceful. Straighten the left leg. You're just going to touch down to the bottom of Trikonasana with an exhale. And then inhale, stand all the way up. Join palms. Take that big pivot all the way to face the back, squaring the hips back. Long spine as you fold to create your revolved triangle. Look out past those right toes. Balance weight on left hand. It might be on a block. We'll hover that left leg, twisting. You might even bend the knee, grab the foot. It's just an option. Find the breath. And then a slow, big, long step back. Left hand stays here, right arm reaches up. This could be your twist, otherwise deepen it. Take the elbow past that right thigh. Hands to heart, or explore the arms. Either way, connect to belly and breathing. Balance test, strong legs, strong arms. Come all the way up, pivot all the way around to the front. Option to sweep your left leg up behind, take your flow, or even sneak a pincha in there as your flow. One way or the other, we end up meeting at downward dog. We'll send the hips over to the right, bend the knees, point them up. So we'll take a side plank this way if you like. Some of you will even grab hold of the right arm. Breathe. If it would feel good to you, we'll flip this over to the left hand, take a wild thing. Another option is camel. On back to downward facing. You're welcome to rest. Otherwise, left, our hips to the left. You can kind of point the knees up, flirt with it, or go all in to side plank, maybe even grabbing hold of this left arm. Big breathing. Same thing, if it would feel good to you, flip it to the right hand and all the way into wild thing. Another option is camel, down on the knees. Perfect back bend. Underrated in my opinion. And you'll roll it back over. One last down dog. And let's come down onto the knees. Child's pose, why not? We'll keep moving in a minute. Let the heart slow, let the back get supple. All right, let's climb on up. I want to sneak a bit of an arm balance in here. It's actually core work arm balance before we get into luscious leg stuff. So you might want blocks. You can always remove them. Basically, we're going to be doing a slow-mo jump through or float through. So we'll do it like this. Be on your knees and shins. Cross your feet, one on the other. Press into your hands. You're going to squeeze the knees up so close into your chest. You're going to end up scooping your tail under your body. And the idea is to let your legs land out in front of you in first an L sit and then ultimately a forward fold. So let's see how it feels. Go ahead. You just sort of do what you got to do to get through. And then let's enjoy a forward fold. Option to keep your feet hips distance apart. Flex the feet. Looking forward as you fold. Come on up. Plant your hands. You're going to try just to return to where you were. So pushing down, cross the feet, and sit back on the heels. Okay? We'll do it one more time. Cross the feet again. Could be the other weird feeling foot on top. Press into the blocks. Squeeze the knees in and up Tuck the tail underneath, extend the legs, and set them down. This time, get your feet as wide as the mat. Let the toes flop out to the sides. Pull any flesh out of the seat. And we'll bow forward. It can be pretty passive. Now you're targeting this outer edge of the leg. And then come on up. Same thing. Place your hands, cross the feet, knees tuck in, return to that seat. All right. Here we are. Let's send our hands forward, right knee forward. We're going to get into a pigeon, but I encourage you today to keep the foot in place as you scoot your whole body back. So in this way, you're opening up the hip. There's a very good chance you're going to want to stuff something underneath that right hip. Big pillow, block, blanket. Let's feel it. And then fold. When you climb up, you're going to try this. Take your right elbow as close as you can into that right foot. Plant hands. Keep the left hip heavy. Lengthen the spine as you twist the chest to the left. Long neck. Look over the left shoulder. Soft lips. Okay, can you keep your foot basically as it is? As you sit up, tip to the right, left kneecap rolls in. We're actually just going to move into Baddha Konasana. You can stay here. You might want to elevate your hips one way or the other. Peel the feet open, send the knees down, long spine, and fold. Climb up for a seat. I'll give you this challenge. Squeeze a block between your knees. Lift your feet. And if you really want a challenge, cross the ankles, place your hands down, and try to suspend your hips up for a 3 count. Nice and fast. Ready for it? Knuckles also work, by the way. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3. Set it down. Roll forward. All fours. Set the left knee forward, setting up for pigeon a little differently though, because you'll keep your left foot anchored where it is, and you'll walk the rest of your body back and away from it, opening up the hip angle in this way. Once you feel steady, you'll fold it forward. Oh yeah, very good chance you want to stuff something underneath that left hip. Okay, if you'd like to, climb halfway up or so. Try to get your elbow as close as you can into that foot. Prayer hands, long spine. Stay heavy at the right hip. Keep the neck in neutral alignment, but twist yourself so you can look over that right shoulder. Let's breathe. All right, support yourself as you climb up. Keep this foot here. Roll to the left, point the right knee in. And this time you'll extend your legs out wide. Give yourself Upavishta, a wide-legged fold. Remember, probably 50% of us are going to get up onto some height. And if you've never done it before, see what it does for you. Folding. Climbing up. Let's take the left foot in. You can keep it like this or even pull it into half lotus. We're going to try this revolved though. So sitting tall, twist to your left. Somehow anchor that left thigh down as you lift the left arm over your ear line. How open can you stay in the heart? The goal is really to point the chest up to the sky. Let's play with it. Come on up. Open the legs again. Right knee comes in. Can stay like that or even try a half lotus that is pretty wide open. You'll twist to the right. Anchor this right knee down as you tip the left shoulder down. A revolved position. Right arm across the ear, aiming to roll the chest high. Play with it. climbing up for a seat. All right, let's extend both legs. If you are craving something additional, like a handstand hold, perhaps, that's a good idea. Hold yourself for 1 minute. Another back bend, perfectly welcome. I'm going to take this time as we wrap up, though, to do a seated meditation. So I invite anyone who's interested in that to do that along with me. You can sit any way that you will feel perhaps undistracted. Always worth the time to fidget around until you can find that place where you can be totally still. And as we close our eyes, I'll encourage you to try to keep the body, just today, try to keep the body incredibly still. And then to try to see the consciousness that is prior to anything else arising within it. Feel free to maintain your meditation or to move this into Shavasana. Returning to deep breath. stretching. And climbing up for a seat. So glad you are here, yogi. Have a wonderful day or evening or week. Stay in touch. Say hello. And I'll see you soon.